Hey guys, welcome to the Virtus Performance Podcast. This is week 39. Today I sat down with the great man, Grant Rodgers from Jetty Road Brewery, a local, soon-to-be national and then international brewery here in the Mornington Peninsula in Dramana. Delicious pale ale, which I am sipping on right now. Amazing tinnies, amazing beer. So I would highly recommend getting down there. So Coop, as you would all know who that guy is, he co-hosted today. So we had a really good chat with Grant about what it takes to open a brewery. For every single human with a male appendage has wanted to do at some point, maybe, except for Wade, who wants to open somewhere with probably cognac or rum or something like that. But today we had a really good chat with Wade. We didn't talk to Wade at all. With Grant, the wheels are falling off. With Grant about beer and about business and about building a community and a lifestyle brand and something that's hopefully going to be around for a long time. Which hopefully it is because the beer is delicious. Enjoy. My personal and business goal is to be just a little bit better every day. I believe everyone, especially normal people, have a story to tell. The Virtus podcast exists to help us all find small ways of consistent improvement by discussing the journey and experiences of each of our guests. Grant, Coop, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Howdy.
You've all heard plenty from Coop before, but Grant of Jetty Road Brewery, how good?
Awesome. Knackered.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so first question for you, and then we'll get into the crazy, I guess, couple of years you've had.
Yep.
What gets you out of bed in the morning?
At the moment, work, but I don't know. I heard you had this question the other day. And I'm like, Jesus, what do I say? I'm a morning person, so it's either gym, which I haven't done for at least 9 months, but I just enjoy getting up and doing my thing. Yeah.
What is your thing?
Just business. I love business.
Awesome.
So everything to do with it. Family, friends, breakfast. I love a bit of brekkie, which I haven't had for a couple of months either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Skipping meals. Called it intermittent fasting. It's me being lazy.
Hey, if you can justify it, plain.
I can justify it.
Yeah, that's good. Talk to me about your business. What is it? How did it start? From your point of view.
Yeah, when you messaged me, I was thinking about this as well. It's been a couple of different things all coming together at once. Blake, my head brewer, and another director, were born a week apart. Been friends ever since. And at I think the age of 16, we were both like, we're going to have a pub when we get up.
That's so good.
Which I think is a typical teenage thing to say.
Yeah.
But, we said that, and then he went to London and I went over there. I went to try and find a job after I went and did an accounting degree.
Yep.
And then I decided to try and get a job down here, and I was a little bit lazy. I don't know whether it was because...
Lazy or uninspired?
I love accounting, I just don't think... I honestly don't know. I think I was just having too fun at uni and just didn't realise that... Yeah.
You had to figure out something afterwards.
Yeah, you see all these young people just always like, all right, front foot, what am I doing next? So before they even have to think about it, they've already done it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do now? So I ended up in Hong Kong for 3 or 4 months trying to find a job with a mate that's a financial planner.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a bit of an experience. And then from there I ended up not getting a job there. It was just too much middle-aged men drinking too much, and so it was more of a holiday and just learning to network and socialise and
that's cool.
All those bits and pieces. And then I ended up going to London and doing Oktoberfest for my 22nd birthday, and that's when it really the beer I don't know what we'd call it.
Passion?
Yeah, and the history of it. It wasn't just, the typical Aussie just get absolutely smashed on a Friday, Saturday night.
I was actually enjoying the beer.
Yeah, and it took me to the second day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually, the locals aren't impressed with the way that, most of the Australians are acting. It's good to get drunk, but, there's an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. And even when I saw pictures, it just didn't do it justice. So
that's cool.
And then I went to Spain and I started writing a business plan. So,
was it brewery straight away?
No, it was... I wanted to do it's sort of the same as what you've got with yours. You've got an idea behind it, but you've pull different parts into a business.
And then it starts to change and tweak over time to adapt it.
So I've always been around, I've never worked in hospitality, but it was around offering lunch, dinner, fresh produce, all that sort of stuff. It was just a bit of everything at once. And then when I got back from the UK, and then Blake came back as well, about 9 months later, we started homebrewing.
That's cool. How long ago was that?
I was 22, so yeah.
How old are you now?
I was at 7 years ago.
Awesome.
So it's been a while. So we started homebrewing, and then it got to the point where we were doing parties, and people put beer on, and they got bigger and bigger, and the beers got better. And one day, one of our family members just said, "Mate, what are you doing with this?" I'm like, "Well, I'm just having fun." And I said, "Well, I've actually got a business plan." He goes, "Well, if you guys put a business plan together, I'll sit down with you." And he's quite a wealthy individual. And we started from there. And that was I reckon the business plan evolved over 5 years. So I was just continually trying to find the right place, the venue, and then just perfecting the beer. So
that's awesome.
It's been a long road, but it's definitely been worth it now, which is awesome. If it didn't happen now, I would have had a mental breakdown. Or my partner would kill me.
It's a long time. Like, it's a long time for an idea to be unintentional pun brewing, and to be sitting there thinking it in your head and going, well, here's how it changes day to day. Was there times where you kind of went, I don't know if this is going to work?
I don't have that, which I don't know if that's a bad or a good thing.
Mate, that's a good thing.
And I haven't even had time to reflect. Like, we just opened yesterday. And
congratulations, by the way, because amazing.
Yeah, awesome. And it's actually backwards to what we decided in the business plan. It was always to open the brewery first, so we could actually brew our beer. Because at the moment we are contracting, and that is just it's a head fuck. So
I can imagine, mate. You can swear, you can say whatever the fuck.
I paused for a second because my vocab's not very good, so it's always I chuck a few.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. So no, it's been good, but open the venue just to get locals down there. The support's been amazing. So to open the venue and not being in hospitality, it's been a massive learning curve, and I'm wrecked, but I haven't yet sat down to really appreciate what's unfolded.
Do you think you will be able to do that?
I hope so.
Did you read my message I sent you yesterday?
Yeah.
You would have I figured you would have had 1 million, right?
Yeah, I had a fair few, and it's nice to. I hear what they're saying, but it's, they're always like, you know what, you need to actually do it yourself and relax. And at the moment, just little bits and pieces that I need to be across. Yeah. You sort of just don't have time. But today I was actually enjoying it.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it took me. All of our events and stuff we run, and obviously not to the scale that you guys have, but we've got that consistent people stuff every day. But it wasn't until the second event that we ran, which was second big event, which was 2 years in, where I was able to sit there and kind of allow myself to breathe and just enjoy what it was. And you'll have that day where you kind of it might be 3 months down the track, it might be tomorrow, where you kind of go, fuck, this is cool. Yeah. And properly allow yourself to reflect. What's been the biggest, I guess, drive for you to get to this point?
I don't know. I think I've always had a vision of what I've wanted. Yeah. And it doesn't waver. That's cool. And I think that's probably a good thing. I mean, starting a brewery, if no one really knows the whole ins and outs of the industry, it's a massively capital intensive investment to start off with. Small business. We're small as, and that's going to cost me $2 million just to get off the ground. Which is huge. And that's massive, especially when you're 28, 29 and you're trying to get people on board to see a vision that you don't even have something physical behind you. So you got to sell something really good. But also you sort of see the big picture. And I'm a massive big picture person, whereas I don't get caught up in the, okay, I've got $200,000 in arrears. That doesn't worry me because I know it's going to be successful. Yeah. So that's not been an issue for me. So it's probably a win, I think, because otherwise, if I got weighed down by all the, the hurdles and the bumps that we've had, I would have given up a long time ago. So yeah.
Well, it's probably a pretty good mindset to be in, because it's there's no plan B. There's no option to fail. It's always, you're just going to make it work regardless. Yeah. And that's to first hear about you guys a little while ago, and then to hear it and then start tasting it as a raving fan, it's been pretty cool to see it come to what is now a brewery for everyone to check out and actually try.
Yeah, awesome.
When did you kind of know that this was going to be what you were going to dial in on? Because I guess a lot of people have ideas and a lot of people have dreams and things they want to do but never actually do it. When did you kind of know, this is what I'm going to put the next 10, 20, 30 years of my life into?
I don't know, really. I knew I didn't, working as an accountant and then a tax agent. Yep. it's like a lawyer. You log in every 6 minutes of your day, and I hated it. And my efficiencies weren't great because I just hated doing that work. But I like small business. I always have. So my idea behind going as a tax agent was to get involved with small businesses because I do book work for a couple of cafes, online jewellery shop. I just love business. I love helping people get to where they want to be. But I also like to be able to be involved. So to just not enjoying working there, I always knew that I would want to go and do something else on my own. And I don't necessarily think it mattered if it wasn't brewery related. I'm involved in Humble Body. That's been a massive long project, and I think considering I stepped up as CEO there and then juggled full-time work and then was also trying to start a brewery and then also running my own bookkeeping business,
that's
there
insane.
was too many things going on and just too many people were expecting too much of me. I didn't delegate very, very well. So I knew I wanted to be involved, and there was a couple of top spots in there. I go, you know what, I never want to work for someone else, and that's not necessarily because I don't like taking instruction. It's just that I'm too passionate about doing something I get that too. Yeah. But at the same time, as there were times where I'm like, Humble Body would take a massive leap forward, like we're selling in Brooklyn or we're selling in American out. I can't remember the word now, but in America, and then suddenly the brewery, an investor would fall off, or something else would go. I was like, okay, well, what am I actually doing? Because I'm actually passionate about both of them.
Yeah.
So, organic skincare, I've had eczema, hay fever, all that sort of stuff, so I can relate to that really well.
Yeah.
Because that thing, I remember taking Humble Body and I put it on my face, and 3 months later I hadn't had hay fever, my eczema had gone. I was actually benefiting from it.
Yeah.
But on the other side with the brewery, it's social. I love being social, and the whole idea behind Jetty Road Brewery, the catchphrase is always beer, because it's always been about the beer. Yeah. But it's about sharing it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of what you do down, bringing people and getting fit and healthy, but also sharing the ride. Yeah. You want to do it on a social level. Clearly I'm on the complete opposite end of the scale for you.
Believe me, it's definitely not on the complete opposite, because we will take the whole crew and take everyone out like to dinner or to lunch or something, and we'll be rolling in the beers. But I think it's a really cool, because it resonates a lot with me because you're creating a community, right?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we're trying to create.
Yep.
And I think that ability to instill community in the people of Dramana, even though it's called Jetty Road, and you're not quite on Jetty Road. That was a Tommy T question.
Oh yeah, no good question. And you know what? Being that entrepreneurial sort of streak in me, I think I've always had it. The name we picked, one of our other directors, Simon Weir, it was the older bloke, bit of a mentor sort of thing. Yeah. And we were brewing at his house on Jetty Road in Dramana.
That's cool.
So the historical part of it, and then telling customers and stockists the reason why it stayed Jetty Road, I love it. Yeah. But, for someone come from Melbourne, they type in Jetty Road, they end up in Rosebud.
Yeah.
It would have been good to find another name, but, we sat there for ages, over whiskies, over beers, chatting about it, and we just couldn't find a name that works for all of us. And I thought, you know what, Jetty Road it's got that coastal vibe for down here, and that's half the reason why I'm so passionate about down here. Yeah. I love it. I love Mornington Peninsula, and it just gets that coastal vibe. So yeah.
Did you guys grow up on the peninsula?
Yeah, Mount Martha. Yeah. So all 6 directors are all from down here, which is great.
Awesome. So it started out with you and Blake
and Simon. Yeah,
and Simon.
Yeah.
And how the other 3 come along?
I can't even remember. There's been so many conversations. I had the original guy that really pushed us into sort of starting the business plan. He was in real estate. I think he's 4th generation real estate. Yep. And his wife got sick, so we were all ready to go, and we were looking at buying like properties for $2 million, and it was just surreal. But I think at that time we weren't ready. Yep. But we didn't know it. So looking back on it now, I'm kind of happy it didn't happen like that, and I had to work really hard on getting those investors and directors on board. But if we went to a place called Welcome Thornbury, which is in Thornbury, and it's a food truck park. So they do all the foods, but they've also got the beers on, and we saw it, and we're like, imagine this in Dramana, it'd be amazing. And so we went looking at that, and luckily enough, one of my dad's neighbours, my dad lived in New Mount Martha, a nice community, and he does food trucks, and it's all just rolled from there. He's like, oh, mate, I'd love to get involved, and he's sort of like, he works really hard, but he had the idea, but I gave him a business plan and I've done forecast financials.
Yeah.
The accounting side of me came in, he's like,
That's cool.
This is next level.
That's awesome.
But then he's a networking and a half, so he brought on a few more people and, it started to get momentum, and I found the factory, and I just thought, when I walked into the factory, that brick wall, I said, that's it. And it was bigger than what we needed, but if we can grow into it, that'd be fantastic. But right now, I'm already outgrown it, so what we're putting in there it's not going to be enough, I'm hoping anyway. So that's the next drive forward. So
yeah, that's amazing. What's the would you, if you could go back, would you change anything, or would you make any changes to the mistakes you made or anything like that?
Probably not.
That's cool.
I don't think so. I don't even think about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I suppose you should learn from your mistakes, but I haven't made any massive ones to go, right, what have I needed to do to make that a different result? So
yeah, I heard a quote the other day that's, if I could live it all again, I'd make the same mistakes, only quicker.
yeah, exactly. Because you're not going to do it again,
yeah.
are you? And I suppose those are the ones you go, right, I'll have to adjust. But it's not something you go, I have just put us in a hole here. And again, right now, you get to a point where it's like, well, I've sunk, $500,000 into this already. That extra $100,000 that we need to spend, you just do it.
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Then you start to panic as an accountant and go, right, that's, how am I paying that back? You just
worry about
if
that.
I believe in the product, I believe in what we're doing, then it should work. So,
What's the plan with the product? Is it gonna expand? Are you gonna expand your?
Oh, I'd like to.
Yeah.
We'll just play it by ear and see how we go.
Because
I'd like to be able to.
The pale at the moment is, mate, it's elite.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
And I try a lot of beers.
And I don't drink pale ale. I really don't. But I love that one, and I don't know if it's biased. But
You have to, mate. It's definitely biased.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah. So I don't drink a lot during the week. It's only on the weekends. But the pale ale is working really well. And Blake and Simon, their idea behind what we want to do with our 4 or 5 core is all sessionability. It's not high in alcohol, but the quality and the flavours there. So we don't substitute on cost in regards to making it. So if Blake wants a hop that's a little bit more expensive, but it gives him exactly what he wants, then we're going to try and make that happen for him.
That's
so
cool.
we've got the Amber Ale and the IPA on tap at our venue,
awesome.
but they aren't perfect yet. So we'll just keep tinkering away at it, and once we get happy with that, we'll put them into cans and go out again.
That's
so
cool.
It's been a long process, because usually a brewery will open with 4 beers ready to go, whereas we're just going to keep trying it. Because if it's not selling, I don't want to release it, and it's going to be commercially viable.
Yeah, well, I think if you put a heap of time and resources, money into it, you need it to be able to go, people pick it up and enjoy it the first time.
Exactly. And go, that's like the pale ale. The backstory of that was that we wanted to make a pale ale that wasn't too bitter, and very sessionable, with a lower alcohol, but also gets those cider drinkers. Because pale ale in the craft industry is that stepping stone between going your Carlton Draft and your VB into craft beer. Yeah. So I wanted to, or even the ciders, and what we're getting back from the girls and the guys, they're just like, well, I actually don't mind that. Like, I've got plumber mates who's like, mate, this is fucking bullshit, this is fruity as. And he messaged me the other day and he's like, dude, I can't stop drinking it. I'm like, perfect, man, that's exactly what we wanted.
What was the first sort of feedback that you got after releasing it for the first time? Has it changed much from the original product?
Yeah, it has a little bit. Mornington Brewery has been amazing. Like, I've met Matt B there at the Common Folk 50 times. The brewing industry is very collaborative and supportive.
That's awesome.
It doesn't. You can call Stone and Wood and they'd give you a hand, which is awesome. So those guys have been awesome. But we actually brewed our first commercial beer at Mornington, and it was 20 kegs per month, and we sold out. We literally launched in November and we sold out in Christmas, because we brought on a couple of customers, and straight away the beer was great. But that was also a big thing, because you can home brew and you get a taste. But there's, in my opinion anyway, homebrew will always have a little bit of a taste that's similar to homebrew.
Yeah.
And commercial, you go from a 50 litre batch at home to a 1,000 or 2,000 litre batch at a commercial brewery that's not your brewery. You don't know what's going to happen. And I remember going down to the Mornington Brewery on a Saturday, and I tasted it right out of the bright tank, and I was like, mate, this is, I couldn't smile from my face. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Absolutely nailed it.
He's a typical brewer. Like, he's just like, oh no, we need to do this, we need to go back. So mate, just stop a second, and like that is cracker. Like, I'll drink that. So it's been awesome that we haven't had any. There's always going to be people that don't drink pale ale, but the support and the people, the feedback's been amazing. So it's good. Yeah, it's really good.
That's really, really cool. What's your, if you could, obviously you've talked about it a little bit, but what are yours and Blake's and Simon's roles in the business, and how does it all work together?
Yeah, so I suppose in business, a couple of lessons I have learned in regards to setting up a business. It's been my business plan. I am the accountant. I stepped in. The one thing I failed at with this business is that when I drew the line on going from full-time work to working on the business, in the business, because things dropped, we ran out of beer, no one was on top of it, and that was one thing I didn't have crossing my head. It's like, when do I do it? Because not only are you putting your own money up, you're also going, right, I want to I'm going to pay ticket. But it was never been about, never will be, or never, has been about that. But I've structured the company. I've got 6 directors, and everyone says, "Oh, 6 directors. That's a lot of people to manage on top of a structure in a strategy situation." But I think that works really well for us because we're all coming at different angles, but the direction's the same. If that makes sense. Yeah. But for me, as managing director, that's been very hard to manage. It's been very stressful.
I can imagine.
But I think it's also as well, like, you bring, there's 3 of us that we knew each other quite well, me and Blake especially. But these other 3 guys on top of that never met each other before. And I'm the youngest, or one of the youngest. Me and Blake are a week apart. Yeah. I'm older than Blake by 1 week, but I am one of the youngest. To have to prove myself as well. Yeah. They signed up to it, but they want to see some actual performance, and that's been a good proving ground for me. Yeah. But to balance that out, it's been hard. So I'm managing director. I don't really care about the role. General manager, managing director. I don't give a shit what the title is, to be honest. But I'm apparently a control freak. But that just means just get the job done. Right? I wouldn't have to micromanage. When it's
your baby, mate, you're going to be a control freak.
There's a lot of passion there. So, I've sort of been at the forefront of all the business side of things, paying the bills, chasing up on...
all the fun stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. And that's the thing, I love all business, all aspects of it. Like, the branding's been me, and I'm an accountant, and that's really unheard of. Well, my partner Katie is the graphic designer and textile designer, so it's sort of she's been putting up with me going, like, I don't know how to do a brief.
Well, she's smashed the...
I don't want that. I don't want this.
Logo.
Yeah, and it's been amazing to get that feedback. That's been one of the most exciting things for me, to go, oh wow, these guys actually like what I've done here, and for me it's a bit too close. Probably you looking at your logos, like, if you've been involved in it, it's like, just
some days I love it, some days I don't.
Yeah, exactly, same here. Yeah. And I see it on the shelf and you're like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So I've been involved in all of that, and I've been in the factory. The factory's 1,000 square metres, and I've been in the front office by myself in an empty factory for since February. So it's been a long haul. But then I literally now coming into a situation where the beer's picked up and someone needs to be managing that and the venue. So one of our directors is also is now the venue manager for the venue, so it's going to help me so I can sort of delegate a bit more, so we can focus on putting the brewery in, and then Blake's taken over as brewery manager. Yep. So those 2 there, and I've also got another guy, one of the directors, JP. He is doing all sales, marketing, and PR.
Huge.
So he's working quite closely with me. Because it's still a small business, I'm still getting my hands on all of it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you still have to wear all the different hats. Yeah. You just have to oversee how everyone does.
Yeah. And I'm literally just doing that now. So I've got 7,500 emails from the last 3 days, and I've got bills coming out. So I'm dropping the ball on a few things, but I'm feeling like, oh yeah, he's got that sorted. I can expect a result. Yeah. But it's also very hard. One learning curve for me in business is that you can't expect really good results unless you're paying someone. Yeah. I mean, there's a certain aspect behind, at the end of the day, it could be a multitude of reasons why they're not performing, but good talk. I'll have a sip.
Good.
No, people always put, all the directors have put a lot of time and effort in for free. Yeah. Because they are passionate about it, but you can't expect, or I can't pull someone over the coals. I've expected this to...
It runs out eventually.
Yeah, so that's been a bit of a challenge, but everyone's just put the time and effort in, and it's been good. So
that's awesome.
How difficult have you found it taking a step back from all these small roles and being able to delegate to someone?
It's the worst.
Because I know, Lockie, you having Virtus and taking on more staff and more team members, you've been able to step back from a lot of things, still have a bit of an overview of everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But just monitor from a distance.
I don't think I will have a problem. I did the books for Amy at Flock Cafe, and I mean she's also working for us as bar manager or bar staff now. So she told me the other day, she's like, "You're a micromanager." I'm like, "Yeah, but I just need it done." And once I'm happy with someone doing the job, like with Blake and the brewery, like I know how to write a recipe, I know how to brew, but I'm not that good at it. and I'm not interested in it as much as he is. Like he lives and breathes hops, grains, where it's coming from, how it's made, the smells, and I can taste the beer and go, yeah, I like that, and I can pick this out of it. He will pick every part out of it, and I trust him 100%. So bringing him on board, I can just go, mate, just get it done.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty good at it, but there's things where I was like, why are you here? Like last night, 3 hours before we opened, Telstra decided to cut the internet, and I'm running my pod system, my card machines, all the networking is down. An hour and 15 minutes on the phone, I'm starting to sweat because I don't have a backup.
Yeah.
They told me that they've transferred me over to the NBN, and I have no internet for 24 hours.
Oh,
so that sort of stuff.
Great timing, Telstra.
Yeah, exactly.
This podcast is sponsored by Telstra, if anyone's out there.
Don't worry about that. I haven't finished with them yet. I'm so gutted. And that's the thing, like I always have a backup.
Did you get it sorted?
So another hour on the phone, I fixed up a wireless access through networking and the phone.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't take money and I couldn't get the POS machines running. So, but we opened the doors without having internet, and they call me Grangry, so I get Grant angry.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so
that's clever.
On the phone to Telstra, throwing things around the office and swearing and cursing, and I came out, and what I was so happy with is the staff were just crazy.
That's cool.
They nailed it, and this was their first day, and they've got one of the big bosses there, which is I'm only a couple of years older than most of them.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind and I'm trying to help them, but the directors come over and said, mate, just leave. You don't need to be here.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
you have to be there.
I want to be there. It's the first night for starters, but I also want to be there to help, and it's our brand.
Yeah.
So more hands on deck. I'm not okay with walking away knowing that there's stuff to be done.
Yeah.
But I think that makes a good leader. I think you can't just walk away and go, well, I put someone in charge of it. I don't give a shit what happens because you need to.
Yeah, I think a good leader shows people how to do it and then steps back, but is there to help if they fall, right?
Yeah.
How's it been to go from like you and Blake at time mostly, and then to 25 staff or 25-ish staff? It's like almost straight away.
Yeah, well, literally as of yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
You don't know. You probably don't know yet.
The factory. We finished our building on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Brownie was in there doing a mural. He finished an hour before people rocked up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or 2 hours. Sorry, Brownie, I'm not trying to have a crack at you, mate. I'll just say...
Just be... Josh Brown, Snakehole, just be better. Like,
mate, you should see... Like,
it was Wednesday, right?
It was the most detailed mural.
Yeah,
this is the one thing that I didn't run past Katie, which she's kind of the brand manager for us.
Yeah.
All for free, which is fantastic. But that's the one thing I didn't run past her. I met up with Brownie and we spoke to him about what we were trying to do, and we're a bit having fun, but keep it coastal, and I'll just put it on the wall, just go for it, man, because I trust them, and that's the whole point about it.
They're amazing. How amazing are they what they do?
Yeah, and Kate's like, I don't know what's it, and everyone walks in and it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. So I'm stoked with that. But I literally, and I had chairs come from China, and I don't watch the news, and I didn't know what's going on, and suddenly someone's called. He's like, mate, they're banked up, they're having to use another dock because they're all on strike, and so I had a whole container load of all my chairs. So we were going to open with no chairs and stools and all sorts of stuff, and they literally ended at 2 o'clock before we opened.
That's so nice.
That's all the stories you get. It's always going to happen.
Yeah.
And
nothing ever runs perfectly, but you make it work, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you go into what are we doing next? Well, I have to hire $3,000 worth of chairs for 2 days. It's so expensive. I'm like, okay, well, you're already here. You need to open. But that literally at 4 o'clock before I left to get changed to do our shareholder night, it all hit me. It was like I just felt, I didn't know what it was. It was like I nearly had a bit of a breakdown on the way home. I was like, holy shit, what have we done? And then I had to come back and do a speech in front of 120 people about what was making me emotional. I probably still look knackered. I'm just running on adrenaline.
It's been a big week for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a big year for you.
Yeah. Well, this week's
been a big 7 years for you.
It's been a long trip.
Yeah, which is cool. Brownie, because Brownie trains with us, and he was meant to train on Tuesday. And he sent me a message like half an hour after he was meant to start. He's like, "Yeah, not going to make it. G Road have me by the balls. I've got to finish this mural." And I'm just like, "Fine, but send us a picture."
I like it.
Mate, he did the best job.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, I am so jealous of your mural. Like we got some cool artwork up on our walls.
Yeah, you do.
That was genuinely like game changer.
Yeah, and I was a little bit worried as well because what we've done there is quite architecturally clean but it's sort of I just don't brand something, mate. It just blends everything together. It balances everything out. It's bringing it. We are a brewery, but we're also a restaurant. Like you come in, you can have a full meal. Our head chef is absolutely amazing. So it sort of blends two together. Yeah. So I couldn't have done any better.
It's pretty cool, and it shows how friggin' talented some people are. I I could draw like a stick figure and a duck. They're the two. they're the two things.
I wouldn't even waste my time.
Mate, I want to see this.
I can draw a duck. I won't be able to put it on the podcast, but I'm drawing a duck right now, and it's fucking awesome.
That's impressive.
Thoughts? I can
I'm
actually
going to
draw.
go with a seagull, but that's fine. No, that's good.
Yeah, mate.
It's a fucking duck, mate.
Yeah, nice.
So-
I like it.
I can also draw a
This is
shark.
next.
I can also draw a shark. Yeah, we might have a little. You guys have got the dolphin.
Yeah.
Have you named him?
No, we haven't.
Haven't?
No, the octopus is now in the van.
Good.
So that was
yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah. So that was JP.
And great van too. How good's
Yeah.
having a van?
Oh, well, we needed the van a long time ago.
Yeah.
I need 2 vans.
Yeah.
But that's alright, we'll get around to it. Because Blake the doer's like, oh man, I can't do this in my ute. I'm like, oh, well, you're just going to have to put up with it, mate. That's what you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. What's the next step? Now that you're, like, obviously you probably just want to enjoy it a little bit and make sure everything runs smoothly, but what's the next step now that you're open and you're rolling?
The reason we opened was because we got so much support from locals wanting to come down. Like, the venue is where people can show their support.
Yeah.
The reason why we were supposed to do cans at the start of the year, but we weren't happy with, it's a massive investment for that sort of stuff because all the minimum orders are huge. So we postponed it, but we finally made the decision to do it. But it's a way for everyone to get behind us without having to buy a keg or go and buy it from somewhere else because wholesaling is not great, but it's also a good way to getting our branding out there. But cans are awesome. So that and having the venue open is the reason why we did it sooner than doing the brewery. But we're I've just taken on a new investment, some really passionate blokes.
Cool.
To give us the brew house. So literally as of now, the focus changes over to putting in $1 million worth of equipment in the next side of the brewery.
That's
so
sick.
That'll it's basically from one project managing job to another, but now we've got a little bit of income coming in, a bit more than just having an empty factory.
Yeah.
So that's what's really exciting.
That's super exciting. How important has it been to have that, I guess, community support? And I'm sure everyone on the peninsula has probably gotten around you.
Oh, everyone.
Yeah.
I can say that. I mean, JP's been doing our sales and he's been absolutely amazing. Like, he doesn't stop. Like, he'll message me at 5 in the morning and he messaged me after our shareholders night at like 5:40 in the morning. He's like, mate, how good's today? What's going on? Like, sometimes I'm like, just
let
chill.
me sleep, mate.
Doesn't stop, and I love that energy, and he's always got it, which is great. But I'm tired. What are we talking about?
Well, when did you guys actually launch your all your wholesaling and start jumping into pubs?
November last year.
Yeah.
And then the support, So as soon as we launched it, even the Pale, within 2-3 weeks, we already had Portsea Hotel, Flinders Hotel, Casa de Playa, and a couple of other big ones, and they're huge. Like even Portsea, I've never seen local craft beer on there besides their own, because they're owned by a Colonial Brewing Company. And that we were stoked with that, and they have just been so we were down there for snow jams. They let us have our own bar. Get around with staff. They wear our merchandise. Yeah. So and it's in Portsea. Like we're in Jemana, and they'll behind us from they call themselves the Jetty Road Originals. So it's just awesome to see guys like that. And
that's sick.
And that's the reason. Like if I'm working, most of the time I don't know what day it is, and I don't care.
Doesn't matter, mate.
No one
just
stops.
Another day.
And if you're there on a Saturday, Sunday working from the office, we didn't paint the factory or put any logos up until literally last week, because I still have people rocking up. I have no address. I'm having trouble now because I don't know technology that well. I haven't updated the address, and no one knows where we're at, but people are turning up. Yeah. But they were fine because they were going into the website and drilling in so much they could actually see where we are on the map without the address.
Gotcha. That's
and
cool.
they were knocking on our door, so
That's
I
awesome.
knew that the support was there. So it's been unreal. Even with the breweries. I mean, we're all getting together now trying to work out a brewery trail, and the more the merrier. So it's really cool.
Yeah, but like the more breweries and craft beer there are on the peninsula, the more people are going to start drinking or continue to drink craft beer on the peninsula, and everyone wins.
I think I mean that's the growth in the whole of Australia. We're behind New Zealand by I reckon 3 years. We're behind America by at least 7. Yeah. And it's about quality over quantity. And that's what I'm about, because I don't think it's healthy to drink 30 beers.
Definitely not.
It just isn't. It's like drinking. I don't think it's
science. Funny that.
Exactly. People do it though. That's the sad thing.
That is the sad thing.
The trend is changing. Yeah. Have a couple and enjoy it, but talk about it with your friends.
Like have a good quality conversation over it. Don't just go get fucking shit faced for the sake of getting shit faced.
Exactly. But you have 3 of the. You go to Mornington, you have an Imperial Stout. You have 2 of them, and you're on your ass. But it's about having good
That's a
quality.
different kind of cook though.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm not bloated, I'm not unhealthy by doing that. So that's what I'm passionate about.
I think
that's what's changing.
Yeah, I think I remember the first time we had your beer was our Christmas party, our staff Christmas party last year.
Yeah, right.
You guys were over at the Nook. You had your trailer at the Nook.
Yeah, the van.
Yeah. One of our staff members ended up in hospital after that, but I don't necessarily know if it was directly related.
I think I do recall that.
If it was directly related to the Jetty Road, but it was. Yeah, I remember tasting that beer and then just going, this is really cool, and then start it's that cognitive bias where you start seeing things everywhere. Like I remember seeing your beer everywhere, and every pub we seemed to go to seemed to be one of the ones with your beer, and it seems to have blown up. How many different establishments are you guys in now? Do you have a number or a guess?
Launching the cans has been amazing. Like we've drawn a line to Frankston. There's no point. I don't have the money to pay for a sales rep. So doing Frankston and down to Portsea, we've got 65 venues that are stocking us, which is just
that's huge.
Yeah,
that's massive.
It's really cool. And people even in the city, people are like, oh yeah, I've heard of those guys. They're a really good pale ale. I'm like, how do you know that? It's just
it's good.
Yeah, exactly, and especially down here. I mean, it's not hard to start a brewery and get it going, but we don't have a marketing budget. We don't have I still do the social media. I do the website. Marcel from 1-2 has been absolutely amazing for us. Yeah. But that's all the money I've spent, and it's just been me. And
that's cool.
I was just doing a post then, and I'll tell you what, hashtags can go fuck off. I'm so done with them.
How do you do it? Because I run our social media, even though I've got a marketing guy. Yeah. So go fucking figure. Coop. Chip in, mate. Do something good.
Isn't that part of the job description?
Wait for my moment.
I haven't delegated yet, so that's
no, but you know what? Either have I. I've got JP's my marketing manager with PR and events, and then I've also got a Susan who from AJ Marketing, which is in the Nook as well. Absolutely, but I'm still doing the social media because I think it's important to have that that organic vibe coming from someone behind the business.
I think both of you guys managing the social media accounts, it's original, it's authentic. You can sense the vibe from what you post, and I think because you have such a strong vision that carries over.
And I think that's. I was talking to one of the guys one of my mates that's a stockbroker, and he was saying that he will try and only invest in founder-run companies, like where the CEO is one of the founders, because then they've got that authentic vision, and they're not going to be an executive that just comes in and smashes it, right? Yeah. So then you've got and you guys, I see all your social media, and it's just so genuine because it's you can see the passion through it, and I think that quality and that passion and that drive comes through in social media, and you can see through the people that are just doing it for the sake of it. Yeah, exactly. Agreed. That's true. Very true. Speaking of the beer industry, where do you see Australia's industry going in the next few years? Well, that's a really good question. I mean, my family's quite into politics and discussions on current issues, and I used to be really into it, like Bloomberg, watching all that sort of financial stuff, and that's that point where if it's not affecting my day-to-day in regards to I don't like talking about watching the negativity on the news. You watch your Simon Sinek's, you watch all those positive things, and I was I'm done. But talking dirty to me. Yeah, I love it. It's addictive, and that sort of stuff is really positive. But I've stopped doing all the news and all that sort of stuff. But at the moment, getting into an industry, you kind of need to know what's going on. Yeah. And it's very interesting to see, breweries being taken over by CUB or Wine Nathan. I don't know. I really don't know. It'd be Pirate Life was basically they were a lifestyle brand, which is kind of what I want to do. Yeah. It's not just about we've tried it. I don't even have a marketing plan just yet, but it is about an experience. That's what we want. We don't want just the beer. It's got to be about experiencing it, and that's the important part in a lifestyle brand. And that's what Pirate Life were doing, and they were 2 or 3 years in, and they've sold to CUB, and that just goes, for me, as a business owner, it's I'm not even done yet. You guys were just here, and you haven't even plateaued. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what happens, because they were literally, besides Stone and Wood, independent, there's a couple of really good independence ones, but they're not nationwide. Well, they're not big as Pirate Life or Stone and Wood or Feral Brewing, which is in WA. Yeah. They were the number 1 beer for 3 years. And they've gone as well. But, there's always a reason behind it. You don't know.
like your financing, you could be trying to do something, or there could be just support, or the way that's structured of the purchase, the buyout, could be completely different. So I might be talking shit, but it is interesting to see what's going on, and I feel that there is a massive gap in the market for actual independent brewers. Like, you get online and you look at the social media, the support behind businesses that are owned by conglomerates, no one wants it. Someone was saying they lose, I don't know what the percentage was, but they lose a percentage of the market because in America they're actually putting on their cans and their bottles independent.
That's cool.
So you can only put it on if you're actually independently owned.
So cool.
So I think that's probably where we'll go. But it's taken off quicker than I was expecting. Like, to see Pirate Life and Feral go and Four Pines. Was it Four Pines?
Yeah.
Those guys just going under. I mean, at the end of the day, we are running a business and everyone has a dollar figure.
A price,
If someone says, I'll give you $20 million each to walk away, you're probably going to take it. But that's the hard truth, really.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how passionate you are.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what they're probably going to do.
Yeah.
Do your, whatever the sign is, do 5-10 years out of the industry, and then you go and buy one in Noosa and live on the beach and surf every day.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Is your, obviously your goal, Jetty Road's goal is to go nationwide?
I'd like to,
yeah.
I'd like to. I don't know. I don't really have much more of a plan than just getting the beer to a point where we're actually producing. We've got 16 taps on at the moment. We're filling 3 of them.
Yeah.
So once we've got them all going and we're producing some good beer and there is a demand for it, I'd love for everyone to be trying Jetty Road.
Yeah.
But I suppose we'll just see how it all falls out.
That's cool. Like, being someone who's, I guess, business driven and loves that side of things, what have been your resources that you've looked at and followed and chased up over the last 7 years?
Resources as in
books, podcasts, people, whatever.
I literally have, for the last, I reckon, 6 months, I've fallen off the train on everything.
Which is completely understandable, because everything, it's understandable that you've had nose to the trough just getting everything done for it.
It is, but it's also like you're passionate about those things. Like, you need to keep...
They come back.
I was doing CrossFit before, my mate started cramming CrossFit.
Yeah, awesome.
I've always done it, and I started doing it. I finished my job at Club Links, which is a golf management business. And I stopped and I was like, righto, going down to the factory by myself, doing my own job. I was like, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I had enough time to do it. And then as soon as March hit, I was like, I don't have time to go and work out, which is just a freaking cop out.
Yeah,
it's pathetic.
Mate, I'm going through the same shit at the moment. I own a gym and I'm in there all week, and I struggle to find an hour a day to train. So, mate, I get it completely.
Yeah, and I'm starting to go, I need to do something. So I'm getting to that point now, delegating and getting people in, which is good. But yeah, what was the question?
Where did you get? I guess where did you allow yourself to learn about all the business side of things, as well as obviously your accounting degree, but TED Talks.
Club Links. When I joined Club Links, I moved from a taxation business to an accounting management accountant. They're more fluid, flexible, and it's more of a managerial role. And I spoke to them and I said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm not going to cut the shit because I don't want to hide this because it's too hard to manage. So I would get in 3 hours before my day would start at Club Links, and then I'd probably stay 2 hours afterwards. But during the day, if I needed to answer, like, Facebook Messenger was one of the ways that I networked. So I use that, and as long as my job's getting done and you're happy with my, if I'm smashing it out for you, I'm going to do what I need to do.
That's
and
cool.
It's going to do this all day. And that was being good for me. But TED Talks during the day, I'm an accountant. I sit to 12 to 14 hours a day on my ass, which is great for your body. But just
standing desk, mate. Just get a ream paper box, put your laptop or computer on top. 30%, you'll burn 30% more energy standing.
I need all of that. All of that.
Fun fact.
Yeah, okay.
30%, which means you could drink 30% more beer and maintain the same body composition.
Oh, we need to sort that out. That's not the point. Yeah, no, I like that. No,
I need
science. Well, I just kicked myself out of my office, so I need to find the bench seats are pretty high.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, good. So, that's dangerous.
I'll definitely do that. But yeah, TED Talks. I'm really into positivity. That's why I stopped watching the news. Like, if I want to find out about something, that's why I like Bloomberg. It's all financially based, but it's only factual. You go on the ABC, quite left wing, but you get the facts. You don't get this like who stabbed who drove over who. I'm done with that. So those positivity ones were good. Simon Sinek. I've read a fair few books.
He's come up probably the last 5 podcasts.
I had a laugh because I know Angus and Alana, and
What a man.
Simon Sinek, like we will work. Agnes and I and Matt Box, Humble Body.
Yeah.
You know, Simon Sinek. It's just that's exactly what the vibe is. We just haven't got that business dialed up yet.
Yeah.
And that sort of guy is just spot on for me in the way I think.
Yeah. Well, I think any business owner, anyone that's enjoying business, or anyone that's working is a cog in a business. Yeah. If you listen to Simon Sinek and you're not inspired or or passionate about what he's talking about, like, you're probably not doing the right thing.
Yeah, or you're not interested in any of that sort of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, I was going to say anyone can get value from reading his books or watching him speak. Yeah. There's always going to be little gems you're going to take from it, regardless of whether you're the top dog in the business or you're...
Yeah.
I'll get home now, jump on YouTube, onto TV, eat dinner, and listen and watch Simon Sinek and Jocko Willink and Rogan and all those incredible like Brené Brown, like all those thought leaders that are just like, you're just sitting there like yes. I remember sitting in the car with Matty Borg, shout out, who you know very well.
Yes. And
we were driving. I think we were driving up to the Royal Children's Theatre Rye, and we were listening to a podcast with I can't remember who it was now. Kelly Brogan, who's and Joe Rogan, which is for anyone that has listened, it's an amazing episode. Psychologist that's basically no medication, and Maddie's like sitting in the back seat and just like literally like cheering. She's like, yes, oh my god, yes, and she's like punching the air, and she's getting up and about. I like looking at her, I'm like, you right, man? But like that's the feeling you get when you watch that stuff,
absolutely.
because it resonates with you so deeply.
Yep.
And it allows you to show, like, it's kind of like, and like Gary Vee's kind of similar for me. Like, it just it reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, true.
And it can't, when you have those shitty days, and I'm sure you would have had fucking plenty over the last 7 years. Like, I've had plenty, I'm sure Coop's had plenty.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, far out, this is hard. Like, it gives you that little kick you need.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like that little, I mean, it's almost like grabbing a coffee with someone that you need, that's a professional, and like watching video, you don't need to be talking back to them. Just listen to that experience and that knowledge. It's just absolutely amazing. So absolutely. TED Talks saved me, I reckon.
That's cool.
YouTube videos and all that sort of stuff, and then books like, I mean, I'm not a book reader, so Richard Branson and Nelson Mandela, those sort of books is just like, Nelson Mandela's book was very hard to get through. It was massive, but just taking away the little bits and pieces that you can relate to, it's just like, wow, like and if anything you're doing is hard, it's definitely worth doing. It's all. I mean, it's that typical. If you don't put in the time, you don't get that gain. If you don't go through the shit, you're not going to enjoy it at all. You're not going to appreciate it if it's just given to you.
Yeah.
It's
funny how all those cliches that you hear as a kid start to actually like come full circle. You're like, so that's why people say that over and over and over and over again.
I laughed. I was listening to Alana's podcast with you last. I was actually at the start of the week. I pissed myself because I haven't been on YouTube for a while. Like, I hired a video the other day. I was like, I'm watching a DVD. I never watched it. And it was $3 overdue. I haven't watched TV for that long.
Who buys a DVD, mate? It's $3.17. Download. I mean,
buy
legally buy it like I did, or go down to the shops.
Legally download off iTunes is what I was trying to say before you two rudely interrupted.
I don't have an iTunes account, mate. I'm a Samsung man.
Oh wow, you're one of those ones.
Yeah, I'm one of those ones.
Android.
Yeah. Android all the way.
Yeah. You'll be on, like, Coop will be on the Apple train.
I'm not far off.
Yeah, Apple. See, I'm doing the same thing. I just got S8 and it's doing my head in.
Be a progressive sheep, boys. Just be a sheep.
I refuse to. And but anyway, I had a laugh because I was listening to Alana and I just got back onto it, like, feeling like I've got more time on my hands. I watched a video and it was Simon Sinek, and I think it was only 3 months old, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But he was talking about the whole situation on the run that he was talking about, going on a run in New York, and the bagels.
Yeah.
And that resonated to me. I think that's the same thing. It's like, I don't need to worry about these little things that are moving away at me, because this big picture, it's going to save all of it, and we'll just deal with it. And I think Alana said that, and I just laughed out there because I went, holy shit. I've been telling everyone about that story. It's like, the bagel, man, you just got to look at the bagel. Fuck the line. Just get in the line.
For those that haven't watched that talk, it's Simon Sinek and he's with one of his mates, and there's a line for free bagels. And he says that, awesome, free bagel, let's line up. And his mate only sees the line. So he's just like, I don't want to line up for the bagel. And then Simon Sinek's like, dude, free bagel. Like, Yeah, exactly. So but that mindset thing is really, really positive. Is that something really positive, really important to have that positive mindset? Absolutely. Is that something you work on, or you just have?
Well, I think that's probably the reason why I stopped watching the news and I look for the information I need. I don't know who the guy is from TED Talks, but he's a positive psychologist, and he's talking about, the same thing as like I know my partner wrote on it, like the book, you write 3 positive things.
Yeah.
I think it was what it was. The speech is amazing. I'd watch it once a week, I reckon, for the first 3 months while I was at work.
That's huge.
And it was just about, writing 3 things down that are positive, things you're grateful for, and it could be just like, I'm just grateful for, not feeling pain after a CrossFit workout yesterday, or I'm grateful for my dog being an absolute muppet, or all those sort of things, because it's just continually positive. And then at the end, you'd have to write an email to someone. So during the day, you just smash through your work, and I'll restrict. Even thinking on the way here, my text messages to you aren't necessarily the way I like to. I like, hey, going, mate, thanks for the message, and you get that positive. I hate not doing that, but it says write an email to someone and say thank you for whatever work you've done. And I got into the habit of doing that, and I felt really good. Yeah. So that's a massive thing for me, and I'm always positive. I try to be. Yeah. I'll lose my shit. I'll fly off the handle. But it doesn't...
But you check yourself and come back to it.
Like if I have a shit day at work or I'm having a shit moment, that's fine, and I'll lose my cool. But it doesn't actually carry through with me. I've gone through that moment. Now what's the solution? I think that's just the way I've been brought up with my family. But that's probably saved me a lot.
Yeah, it's really important to be able to check yourself after it and go, that's not me, but I feel better for it, or I'm able to get through it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm very mouthy when I'm angry, or worked up. Yeah. And that's something I was like, what? That's how I manage my. I'm gonna have those moments. And I haven't had it all year. Things that are out of my control and I don't have a backup for, that's when I lose my shit. Yeah. But I accept it, and if I walk, I'll never take it out on anybody else. See, this is just shareholders just chasing me down. Can I have a free beer?
Thank you for the free beers, by the way.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad we're drinking gin, but that works well.
They're in the fridge, they'll be ready to go.
Well, they are cold. I've got the biggest cool room you'll ever seen. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Good Christmas present.
You're a great man.
Well, thanks for the t-shirt.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I hope I fit into it.
Yeah. If you don't, we'll just start training again, then you will, eventually.
Yes, I will.
We've got a bunch of questions for you. They can be as long-winded or as concise as you want.
Yep.
First one, what is your philosophy on life? And I know you've kind of described it a little bit there, but if you could shorten it, elevator pitch to how you think everyone should live their lives.
I think you asked this question quite a bit because I've been listening to you.
I love this question.
I think, you're talking about this for a while with a lot of friends. Do what you enjoy, and that's it. That's all it is, because I'm not that person that goes to work for someone like tradies. Go to work, enjoy your job, earn a bit of money and enjoy it, and come home and watch TV every night, but enjoy beer. That could be all you want, and there is nothing wrong with that, but that's not me.
Everyone's got
as long as you're enjoying yourself, because I don't want to put up with someone or deal with someone or know someone that's not enjoying themselves but continues to do it. That's my sister. She's a solicitor in the city. She's doing criminal law, and she was doing massive high-profile stuff. Yeah. And it was massive stress. And she went away for 6 months with her now fiance, and she came back, and she went back to the same job. I'm like, you fucking didn't like it then, and what do you think you can do now?
Nothing's going to change.
And then she was living down here, and I was like, not only that, you're travelling an hour, and you're not enjoying it. And she goes, yeah, but I've done 3 or 4 years of study. I'm failing. I said, you're failing at life if you're that miserable. And I think I'm hoping that helped her.
Yeah, what was that like having that conversation with your sister?
Eye-opening for me, because that's something that I had I spat that out, and I went, you know what, that's really true. If you're not happy with something, change it. And I'm that sort of person, you will work it out. Yeah. If you get thrown in the deep end...
Mate, I 100% believe.
If you end up working in a coffee shop, but you're happier than working in another joint, then do that. But then as long as you're chipping away at something you're passionate about, I don't care. It's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. Yeah. So I got really worked up about that. Like, you're not failing at anything. I don't care if you do a study on... I don't care if you spend 10 years doing a degree in something.
That you love doing,
But you realise you don't love it.
Yeah.
You can go out in the workforce and go, do you know what? This is really depressing. Yeah. This is really hard, and I'm not enjoying it. And she did. She's now in Hastings. She lives in Frankston, and she's a solicitor, and he's enjoying herself.
Happy,
But it was a massive deal for her to do that. Yeah. But I said it out loud. I'm like, oh, just write that down. That's fucking great. So as long as you're enjoying yourself,
put that
that's all
on a
I care
t-shirt.
about. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you've got to earn money. Unless you've been doing that, you've got to earn your money and you've got to do your job.
Yeah.
But you either work to live or live to work. So choose it and be happy.
And if you can find that thing that you like, that's work that you're doing that you love doing, then life's good, right? And I always find that funny that people will spend 3 or 4 years at uni and realise they don't enjoy it, but go, you know what? I've contributed 3 years of my life to this, so I'm going to do it for the next 60.
Keep going with it.
Like, wait, what? Like, it just makes no sense at all.
I think it's just Western society. Like, I failed because I'm not doing what I studied to do. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
If you're coming home depressed, annoyed, angry at everybody else, or it's taking you 3 to 4 hours after you get home to wind down, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And people continue to do it, and I think it's a slow progression. Like, I've watched people working in an office. It's not like one day it's fine, the next day it's shit. It's like this slow increase of just unhappiness.
But that unhappiness becomes the norm, right?
Exactly.
And you become, that's my normal.
Yep.
Like, I'm just going to be unhappy. Hey, I have a slightly better day here.
Yeah.
And one of our staff members at Vertus said it really well. She's like, I was 60% happy, and I realised, and like she was pushed to realise that 60% happy isn't good enough.
Yep.
Like 100% happy is what you want.
Yep.
And whatever changes you've got to make, and it's going to be hard.
Yep.
Like, yes, to change anything is going to be really difficult, but when you do make that change and chase the thing you love, like I use the language like what you both scares and excites you. If you chase that, then you're kind of sweet, and you get out of that program life that we're taught with the primary school to high school to uni to a job that you stay in for 40, 50 years, then go get a gold watch and die. Like, I couldn't think of anything fucking worse.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure you're the same, but I spend every minute of my day doing the shit that I want to do.
Yeah.
Not to say it wasn't hard, or it isn't hard, or it isn't difficult, or there's not struggles, or I don't wake up some mornings and not want to get out of bed, or go to bed some nights and go, shit, how are we going to pay those bills? But like, you do it because you love it, and that allows everything else to work itself out.
Absolutely.
And you're moving in the right direction and moving towards happiness.
Yeah.
You need to be taking steps. Even like you said, every day you might not be doing something that you may not enjoy, but
you're working towards something.
You're working towards it, and you've got that awareness of that's what you want. I'm going to get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chase that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. You've already pretty much answered it, but what is success to you?
I got caught on that. I listened to another podcast you were talking about. I don't know who it was.
I love how much of my podcast you've consumed.
Oh, I smashed it, mate. I used to watch it. I used to listen a lot, and now I haven't. So I was like, you know what? I need to brush up on this. Sort of, talking about myself is. I think that's you've got to learn how to do that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh yeah.
I'm off tangent already, but people would come like, oh, hey, going, what's going on with the brewery? And you're like, you'd have a shit day or a shit week, and you get caught up in going, oh yeah, we're getting there. People are asking because they're interested and they're passionate about what you're doing as well, and you should also.
If you give them insight, they're going to be bigger fans. Than
exactly. So
it's breaking free from saying. I was always going to mention this before, but saying if someone asks you how you going, just not being saying, oh yeah, good, thanks. Actually being.
Two things I hate. Not an automatic response.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good, thanks, mate. Are you actually? Because I can see you look like a pack of shit.
Yeah.
Because if I actually look like a pack of shit, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And the other one is, I'm so busy. Mate, you're not fucking busy. I guarantee you're not busy. If you go home and watch TV at night time, you're not busy.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I just feel like we're as a society, we're getting to that point where everyone works too hard. I think. Yeah, I do. I think that we do too many hours.
Yeah, working too hard. There's working too hard and being productive. I think there's.
And I think learning from coming from a professional background where you do you go, righto, I'm paying you 40. You're guaranteed doing 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's just the norm.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of doesn't breed good business sense. But at the end of the day, people do work hard. But there is, I don't know who was it, 24 hours in a day, you just it's up to you to fill it out.
Yeah.
And people don't do that. And it's just like, everyone goes, you're going to burn out. Like, well, I need to be there, here, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. I don't need to sit down and watch TV because it's not productive. So,
yeah, and you find, like, we use the analogy here, like, you want to fill your cup. You need to fill your cup before you pour into others, and that's fine. And, like, you might be aware of, for the last 6 weeks, or the last 6 months probably for you, but I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make it work, and then when I've got a chance to fill that cup back up, I will. And it seems as though you've got your head on pretty well to be able to do that. Yeah,
well, I'm getting to that point now. I definitely, like my partner Katie, she's like, what was it? Three? No, it would have been 4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't even know what day it is today, to be honest. So, she said to me, "We're going away." Like she booked us out and got a caravan, drove down to the lawn and just chilled out for the weekend. Nice. It would have been the long weekend for the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
Just chilling out there. She goes, "You just needed a break," but I still had like investors. I was trying to sign on a new investor, and I was all like, but getting away, but having someone to watch you back and go, right, you need to get. Now I'm at that point now. So if I'm acknowledging that now, I know I've overstepped the line. But again, I'm doing something I'm passionate about, so you can do that extra 200% because people go, "I'm done," and they're not even stretching themselves.
Yeah, most people quit at 40%.
I'm sick of hearing I'm busy because. I mean, this sounds stupid because I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, at the moment, I'm busy, but I could be busier.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm about to fall down. But last night, I finished at 11 o'clock, and I was back at the factory. I actually took the morning off, and I was in there at 8:30. And that was still stuffed me because I was like, I should have been there at 6.
Yeah.
And I could have been there at 6, but I decided to have the sleep in it, and I freaking loved it. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like I'm busy. I can feel like my voice has gone to shit. I'm tired.
It's a constant battle between like how hard you should push yourself and how hard you should like pull back. Like,
exactly.
It's that I know I can do this and like.
But for how long?
That's exactly it. And when you know or when you've got something to come up with, like everyone listening to the podcast, like this is going to be 6-7 weeks away from when it actually launches, which doesn't really matter. But like it's the week before Christmas, and like I said to my staff earlier in the week, like there's 168 hours in this week, and I'm going to be using pretty much every one of them. Like my whole week has been booked out, whether it be for. And like it's being mindful about what I'm spending my time doing, right? Like spending time 2 hours or an hour doing a podcast isn't necessarily that's super tiring, but like you get out of there and your brain's fried, right? So you don't have that same kind of output you could afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like crawling to Monday or Christmas Day, where I can have a little bit of a sleep in, can spend the whole day with the family, opening Christmas presents, sitting in the pool, drinking gin, and just enjoying it. And I'm like, that's going to be Monday, and I can't wait for it. But until Monday, I'm going to be smashing myself, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, with the 168 hours, we use this for a lot of our clients to say, you're spending like maybe 3 or 4 hours in the gym every week.
That's it. Yeah.
What are you spending the rest of your time on? Like you're at work for X amount of hours, that's fine. But what are you doing with all the other hours?
Yeah.
Are you looking after yourself? And especially for you guys as the owners of successful, busy business.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Successful businesses. How much time are you setting aside for yourselves to look after yourselves and take a bit of time off, and even if it is just for an hour to have a read or to chill out and have a beer?
People don't do that. I don't do that.
No,
it's just stupid.
When's your next holiday?
I don't have one.
Book one.
Yeah,
because you have to. Like I'm like, I guess you've been doing it for a lot longer in a way, but at the same time, like now that the brewery's actually open, it's still kind of fresh. Like I booked 6 weeks in South America in about 4 months. So which is which for me as someone that was never great at delegating, someone who wasn't like to do everything himself, like that was a massive step for me to kind of go, you know what, I need to put people in positions to do that stuff. That was like maybe I think I booked it 8 months out, so 4 months have already happened, and like my business is so different to when I booked it because I put myself in the position to have to do it, right? And like if I did that a year ago, it wouldn't have worked. But I don't know, it felt like the right time, or I made it the right time, or whatever. But try and book a holiday at some point, because it will make you put people in positions to do the shit that you don't like delegating.
Which in turn pushes the business forward. And
absolutely.
helps you evolve and the business grows.
Yeah, definitely. 2-part question. What are you most proud of?
Oh, wow. I was just saying that it's good. It's been good to come here now. I was just walking around the brewery before, just making sure the staff are good and just updating the back end of all the technology and stuff like that. And friends and family were coming in like, "Oh, she's so proud." I'm like, It doesn't hit home. I'm sure. I think I am proud, but I don't think I've actually gone, "Oh fuck, I've done really good here."
Yeah, you'll get to that point.
I don't have it. So, but I suppose I'm doing what I'm passionate about, but my goal is to set up my lifestyle the way I want it.
Yeah.
I want to be. I love flexibility. I love being adaptable. So I think that works well with running your own business.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, sometimes it does stuff up. Sometimes you've got to do the 22-hour days, but it gives me the capacity to go, right, if I'm going to do a 22-hour day tomorrow, I'm going to do...
It pays itself back, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think, I think I'm proud of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm proud of everything.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard question.
But it's a good answer because you've kind of gone, well, yeah, I work really hard and like, I don't know what the quote is, but it's like entrepreneurs or business owners will spend 80 hours a week working for themselves so they don't have to spend 40 hours working for someone else.
Yeah.
Right? And like you've been able to do that and then you'll get to 6, 12, 18 months down the track and you'll go, you know what, I can take that 6-week holiday or that 3-week holiday or whatever and kind of pay it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's on your terms, which makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Second part of that question, what are you most ashamed of?
I think I'm ashamed of anything.
Good.
Yeah. No.
That's cool.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone were to make a movie about you, what would the title of this film be?
Shit.
And who would play you?
That's that part.
Jesus. Well, considering I haven't watched a movie in that fucking long, that's going to be really hard to answer.
Or even a book.
Just say always be, mate.
Yeah, always beer. Yeah. Always business. That's what it's always been about, I think. I was going to say The Accountant, but it's already been taken.
Good movie.
Yeah, really good movie. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Although I like to use the word clusterfuck a lot.
Oh, good. The clusterfuck.
Yeah, that's my life. It's like that's what I think. Not working in hospitality ever. Well, I did a couple of shifts in Mr. Paul's, like pouring beers, so I get the feel of it. And he was awesome on training us up and all that stuff.
He was really
And he's now at the Sparky. And he did all our work at factory. Yeah, it's just all that sort of stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, I think I like to be in control, but at the end of the day, like it is a clusterfuck, and I think hospitality is like that. You can't structure it. Like at the moment, back end payroll, I want everything on software. I want to be able to track it. Stock control, all that sort of stuff. I want to be able to track everything. I'm a percentage man.
Yeah.
If it's not working out, we need to work out how to make it better.
That's cool.
But I'll do that later, and I'm not going to sit here and try and make it better now. But I'm in the back end now today, just going, right, guys, I've never worked behind a till properly before under this much pressure.
Yeah.
What do you want to see? What works better? And they're already giving me feedback, which gives them ownership as well, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And I can see that working already.
Awesome.
So that sort of stuff is good, but I sit here down in the factory today trying to get some back end stuff done, but there's deliveries coming, the cooks are going crazy, someone's yelling at somebody. I fucking love that. It's really good.
Clusterfuck.
Yeah, it is
organised
clusterfuck.
chaos.
And I say it all the time. How's your clusterfuck of the week going? Like people always say, I'm all over the joint. So that would be, if it was allowed, that would be the clusterfuck.
Mate, that's going to be the name of your podcast. So good
absolutely.
For you. Really, really good.
Fuck yeah, I like it.
Did I ask that question? Yeah, you're up. Coop.
No, I just asked a question about the movie.
Oh, yeah, the movie. I forgot about that.
I don't have an idea of who would be my...
Yeah, no, the clusterfuck. I like it. I think I know the answer to the question, but if money wasn't an issue and you couldn't fail, what would you do with your life?
Same thing. It's the same thing when I was talking. I've had a couple of dreams, like a couple of years ago. It's like woke up, thought I'd won the American, $300 million. There is no doubt in my mind that I would have spent the money, and don't need that sort of money, but I would have put it in the business.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. Like, there's no. Like, I mean, shit. Yeah, I listen to a podcast from the Howie Games. A really good podcast because he talks to don't know all the cricketers because he does a lot of cricket commentary. But listening to I can't remember who said it. Oh fuck, my brain's gone again. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's allowed, mate. That's allowed. Gotta hope you're having a nap sometime this weekend.
I was thinking about doing it yesterday. It's just not happening. Not with the internet going down.
Yeah.
But what was the question? Let me get it. I really want to say it.
What was the question?
If you had unlimited money and couldn't fail, what would you do?
No, it's not good. Move on.
Exactly what you're doing now, which is a great answer. Which
is
the answer that I hope everyone answers.
Sometimes you hear it like, oh, you're full of shit. I'm like, no, actually, sorry, it was Michael Clark.
Yeah.
People were giving him shit. He's earning a lot of money doing what he does, and he's fucking amazing at what he does.
Yeah.
The same thing with Shane Warne. Like, he never changed. I don't give a shit if anyone thinks he's a wanker. He's a fucking great cricketer. Yeah. I was watching the after the Ashes last match. They did I don't know what it was called, but it was on Channel 9. It was straight after. and they were doing videos of, you know, morning, you know, all the old guys. Just watching him was like, you are fucking amazing at what you do. I don't care if you're a larrikin outside of the public
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And the cricket industry is sort of like that. They can have a beer after their match, whereas football's a little different.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, expected to be role models. People are allowed to let their hair down, and that's the good thing. But Michael Clark said, you know, people are giving me shit for being the toffee bloke or, you know, buying the nice stuff. It's like, I like fast cars. I
That's
like
him.
nice cars. That's me. I don't give a fuck about it.
That's cool.
And I'm not necessarily money driven. I'm never money driven. I'm associated with my money because I am the accountant and I know finance.
Yeah.
And you can't go anywhere without business without it. Sorry, within business without it. But I do like nice cars, so I would do that if I had the money. But at the same time, I would put it in something I'm passionate about because I'm not going to sit by a pool and be depressed by doing nothing.
That's cool. You do you.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Nice.
If you could be remembered in one sentence, what would it be? Sorry, Kubo, just took another
That's
question.
all right.
But you kind of repeated my question, so whatever.
Bit down there.
I don't like the question anyway, so let's move on.
Carry on.
I don't know. A word that I really like is charismatic.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like. I look up to people like that. I've got a fair few. I don't have a mentor at the moment, and I haven't had one for a long time, and I'd like one.
Yeah.
But I do look up to people that are charismatic. You don't have to be good at one thing or the other. Just someone that. And I struggle. Sometimes I get nervous or I don't socialise as well as I should, and you always need to be on the front foot. And I think this sort of position that I'm in and being in the limelight, you're going to have to be better at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've always got to be charismatic, and I think that's important. And that doesn't just mean you've got to be nice and you know really positive all the time. But
stuff.
yeah, don't mean just be genuine, but charismatic at the same time. Be genuine and ask the questions and be present. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
I love it. Be present.
Yeah.
I'm all about that at the moment.
I'm struggling with that, mate. I've read.
Because you need a nap, mate.
Out 3 times and then fuck off. I highlighted like every page, and it doesn't make any sense to me. No, it does, but it's a tough book to read. But
What's the book called?
The Power of Now by
Eckhart Tolle. Yeah.
That's something that I reckon I have struggled through when I was at uni or at high school or all sorts of stuff. Power now, you just got to be present, and people aren't.
Yeah.
I'm always like right now. I'm always thinking, what am I doing? What's going on at the factory?
Yeah.
You know, I've got to do this, and this. I'm not present sometimes. Like I'll just go like that and I'll just pull it back. But to read the book, you actually start thinking about it.
Yeah.
So
but when you're aware of it, like
exactly.
you're kind of halfway there.
Yeah, and it's scary. I actually read it on the way home from Europe the second time with my partner. And I bought the book at the start of the trip, and I didn't read it the whole time I was over there. And then
cool.
I was in Dubai. I sat down with the book, and I started reading it. And I actually had this out of body experience.
That's cool.
Because I actually stopped, and
that's what it talks about, right?
Yeah, and I had this. I literally had a pins and needles experience because I was witnessing myself thinking, and I
That's
like
super
stopped,
cool.
and I haven't had it again. I've read the book 2 more times.
So plane is the way you should do it.
Yeah, in an airport.
Yeah.
But then again, like I reckon that's the sort of book you have to read on a holiday. You cannot read it after work. It's not. It's my.
Mate, I've been trying, and I'm that far in. Like I've read it already, but I'm trying to read it again.
That's probably me
far
after about 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
One of the quotes I heard in a podcast the other day was a conscious relationship. Well, I've paraphrased a little bit to kind of be a little bit more something I can remind myself of.
Mm-hmm.
But a conscious relationship with my thoughts allows me to live a proactive life. So if you don't think about what you're thinking, you're just going to react to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
everyone's reactive.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of reminds me that, well, if I'm thinking about what we're doing right now and not thinking about the gym, what's happening up there, and making sure that it's clean enough or that all the staff are looking after each other or whatever, then I'm going to fuck up this moment. And
I do it all the time.
Yeah. But it's a hard thing to not do. It's something I'm getting better of, and like you'll get better with it as you go.
Yeah, true.
It's a hard one. Have you had a defining moment?
I wouldn't say I've had a massive one.
Yeah.
I reckon continually doing things that I have to do what I want is, chucking yourself in front of someone you don't know to sell a story. But I think at the end of the day, you're selling a story that you're passionate about, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think getting investors to sign on to something you believe in, and not only that, putting in the amounts of money that I needed, it hasn't been daunting, but it's also been, it's a big deal to sell a story.
Well, it's a huge deal.
Sign on. So yeah, that's probably a defining moment. I don't really think I've had one big one. I suppose getting the company set up and then taking the money on was a defining moment.
Yeah.
But I never sat back and I got through that. And so
it's just a series of moments
keep chipping
that build up to where you are now.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice. Let me restart. What 3 values do you think everyone should possess?
Big question.
Whether it's in business or life.
Just life, yeah. Joy. There's one.
Mate, have a sip of your water. Think about it.
Yeah.
Good. Chill out.
I want to say caring, but there's got to be a better word. But I want people to be genuinely, like, people genuinely care. Like, people I talk to is like, actually, you care.
Yeah.
And those people you talk about, someone else go, oh, how was that bloke? He just actually, when he asks you a question, he actually wants to know.
Yeah.
Instead of going, hey, go, mate, and then looking away, and then not giving you shit. It's like, you don't even care. Don't just. Exactly. So I think, making sure you're joyful, or happy. I suppose happy is probably, happy, joy, same thing.
Yeah.
Really. Caring, I don't know. Selflessness.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think the people that I look up to the most are always the ones who are genuinely interested in things other than themselves.
Yeah.
So if they're talking to you, like you said, they give you that time of day and they're present.
Yeah.
And they're just genuine, authentic people.
I had a guy. He's a family friend, and he is so good at that. Like, just no-stop questions. How's this going? Or how do you do that? And what's been happening here? And how do you take that? And you'd walk away and go, I did not ask you one question. And I picked up on that, like, every Christmas we catch up. And he's a, what do you call him? A consultant. He does business management consultancy.
Awesome.
He did Australian cricket training, a couple of Olympic teams. Amazing bloke, amazing individual, and it'd be great to pick his brains. But I worked out over the last couple of years, it's like, you're always very passionate and love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if I ask you a question, you deflect.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I'm trying
just
to
sit him down and be like, mate.
Yeah, and I did that this week, and I got nothing. So I think it's a bit of both. You kind of want to be engaged in the conversation, not just asking the question. Just because you care doesn't mean the conversation's going to work. So I think that's important. You've got to be present in both forms. Tell them, like, if I'm asking you a question, don't deflect. So
just answer the fucking question.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here's a question for you. If you could invite 3 people to dinner, who would they be and why? Dead or alive?
Elon Musk.
Why?
He's just an inspiration. I love I don't know. I don't know how he works, but what he's doing and his drive and his ignorance to the shit that goes around him is fantastic.
How good is it?
And just the way. I mean, I suppose now he's the companies he's got are so big. There's plenty of people behind him, and he employs the people that are going to do the same thing that he would do.
Yeah.
But this is massively small scale compared to what he does. But he sees something, he goes and gets it, regardless of taking on the debt that he's done and paying it back, but having a belief in the fuck ups he's had. I'd love to hear about the fuck ups he's done, and even Richard Branson. Those early days where he was trying to start buying a 747 and flying into.
Have you read his new book yet? No, neither have I. It's sitting right there.
No, I love it.
But I haven't read it. I'm waiting to give myself time off to actually read it. But Elon Musk, I was doing a podcast the other week, and he's done a new round of interviews, and I was told about something he said in one of those interviews. So I searched it and found it, and someone asked him, why you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? And his answer, to be useful.
I love that. That's cool.
Is that not the really most fucked up, deepest, like, incredibly crazy fucking answer for someone who's doing all that shit he's doing? To be useful.
And it's so simple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surely, though, at that stage, you've got a little bit of time on your hand and go, right, I'm going to get asked questions like that. I need to be on point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's just... I love
he's just going to be... Yeah. That blew my mind, like, that he was able to answer that question with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So simple.
Yeah.
Like, just being useful.
Who else? 2 more.
Simon Sinek.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think I like the way he carries himself as well in the talks. He's just very composed. Third one. I don't know. You've got to be something exciting. It's all business related. I'm pretty boring, aren't I?
Yeah. That's fine, man.
Management. Anything's going to help me do my job. I want to say Richard Branson, but I feel like he'd be so busy with everyone else's lunch dates and dinner dates.
He's been a regular occurrence.
Yeah, I want to go someone's someone in cricket. I reckon.
Cool.
Yeah, I reckon like someone's been through the shit. Even if it's just like Michael Clark or your Gillies or something like that.
Yeah.
Even, you know what, I'll take Warney. I'd love to hear about Warney. That's something like that. Because I mean,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's a larrikin, but he's also when you watch him and hear him talk on the television or on the radio, he's got that cricketer's brain. He could have been captain if he had his head screwed on a little bit better.
With all the other stuff.
Too busy having fun.
Fooling around.
Yeah, but exactly. But he's got no problem with where he's at. So having a chat with him would be very interesting, I reckon.
That's cool.
Cool. Other than Jetty Road, what is your favourite beer?
Oh, there's so many. That's the thing I was talking the other day to someone. It's like I don't walk into a brewery and get a standard beer out. Like if I wouldn't go down there if someone go to a bottle shop, I have it on tap. You have to have it on tap to have it fresh.
Except for Jetty Road Tinnies.
Except for Jetty Road Tinnies. I seriously don't drink during the week, but when we got those tinnies out that week, I was like, every Monday to Friday, I had a beer. I was like, this is the best thing ever, and it's so good, icy cold.
Drinking your beer.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was surreal. That was a surreal moment. Driving home from work, and I had one of my own beers in my hand. I'm like, wow, that's sick. I don't know. No, I don't.
Surely you can give someone a plug.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I'll give a plug for the plug's sake. Mr. Banks in Seaford.
Good.
Yep.
Fucking awesome beers. He's a legend of a bloke, and the beers he's putting down are really cool. And he's got his own setup. He's doing his own thing. He's done it by himself. So I think that's a ballsy effort. So,
it's amazing.
And I had one of his beers at Mr. Paul's in Mornington the other day, and it was just spot on.
I had one over lunch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Perfect. What was it?
I fucking can't remember.
There's so many names.
It wasn't the first one. We had Team Christmas lunch, and the beers were flowing.
I love it.
It's good.
It was good.
It's good. All right, a couple of favourites to finish off, unless Coop's got any more.
I was going to ask a favourite for my next one.
Yeah, good. Favourite resource for new information. Now that you've opened, you've got a little bit of time on your hands to start diving into some new stuff.
Yep.
What are you going to hit first?
TED Talks.
TED Talks? Perfect. Good.
Excellent.
I know you said you're not a book man, but favourite book?
This is going to be a weird one.
Cool.
God is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that here? You really?
Awesome.
That was
amazing book.
Yeah.
Amazing book.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing book.
I went through that stage when I was at uni reading a lot of books, and it was all around that sort of topic, and it was just really cool to read. So there's a lot of business books, and they're all quite similar. It's always about someone's story, but that was really cool, that one. So that's cool. I can't believe you got that. That's amazing. I think I heard that another question like that on one of your podcasts, and I was like, oh, I should say it. I was like, I don't like touching around the religious conversation. Yeah. Because it's the same thing with politics. You can talk to someone and you can have a 2-hour conversation and you can just agree, disagree.
Yeah, and people just move away and do their own shit. Like,
and what's the point? Because it's not reaching the goal. Like talking about this. Talking positivity, talking management, talking about your experiences, and it's all positive, and there's a reason for why we do it and why people listen. Whereas I don't understand, like my family, as I said, political debates. Yeah.
Nothing changes.
You're right wing, I'm your left wing, doesn't matter. Like we could always discuss it, but it's not changing anything, and we're not getting anything from it. So what's the point?
And that's the frustrating thing about arguments along those lines, because people don't necessarily change their mind in that argument. But like I've certainly changed my views on religion, and I think I read this on a AirAsia flight. But I've definitely not necessarily changed my views of what I think happens when we die, or what the meaning of life is, or anything like that. But just it's allowed me to be a lot more accepting and have perspective of everyone else, right? Like everyone else is just trying to find an answer because we're human and we want to know the answers. And if you get solace in the fact that you think there's some dude in the sky and he sent his son down to die for you, then like that's all. That's completely up to you.
And whatever makes you a better person, I suppose, and that's true. Out of that book, I did get it. But I've always been like that. If that's what makes you a better person, or you come from that sort of that family, or that that country, or where are you from? Like there's always something different going on, and I don't think we've even scratched the surface of being understanding or perspective. What is the word I'm trying to look for? But understanding where people come from and what they're doing. Yeah. There's 3, 4 or 5 different massive groups, but there's so much more little tribes and you can't even scratch the surface. So what's the point? But understanding that they've got their own story and their own journey, that's fine.
I always find it really interesting hearing like 2 intellectuals debate something that's so complex like religion, and they're both like coming in feeling one way, leaving feeling the same way, but they've had this crazy intellectual debate. I love those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I'm not that intelligent. So if it's not giving me a goal, I'm out.
I'm not that intelligent, but it's entertaining. Mate.
Exactly.
It's entertaining.
True.
Last one.
Yep.
Favourite quote.
Oh. I've got two. One is, and listen, I can't really speak for now because I'm wearing the 3-day-old clothes, but it's always, what is it? Oh, I'm like saying it all the time. It's better to be overdressed than underdressed.
Good.
I don't care if you're the most overdressed person there, it means you put a bit of effort in. I mean, it's not like rocking up to a tuxedo brewery, but, that sort of stuff.
We should all rock up to tuxes. Rock up to your brewery with tuxes.
Definitely get a free beer if you want. It's okay.
Challenge accepted.
If you're on, have to make sure you're there.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, he's not here. And the other one I actually got from someone that was sort of a mentor, and I worked at Bunnings for 7 years while I was going through uni and in high school and whatever. And he actually wrote me a note, and I kept him all for ages, and I lost the wallet. But it was it's the standard one, isn't it? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah.
So, and that's so true.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be a point where, like, I'm looking at this your marketing strategy, and I'm like, I don't even have my answers to a lot of those questions or what you're doing there, and I haven't done that.
Mate, there's a lot that's got to be loaded up onto that, but you're like.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but you've already got that.
It's just starting it, yeah.
But I've already prepared on where I want to drive the business, and in my back of my head, if I can pass it on to whoever's running that marketing strategy, go and do it. But that's my preparation.
Everything
but
comes
if you
back
haven't
to
thought about it at all and you've ignored it, or you've purposely just brushed it off, then you're gonna fail.
Spot on.
So I think that was. I didn't think much of it at the time, but in my wallet I kept pulling
pretty
it out.
important.
Actually, it's kind of cool. There's so many quotes. I used to write down quotes. Like I used to save them in a document and just read over them.
I've got a big document.
Yeah, I haven't done that in ages because you get you just sort of fall off the wagon.
I've got them all in about 1,000 different notes in my phone, so I'm gonna have to one day sit there and give it to an intern to collaborate.
You know what's good for that? I'll get my phone. This is going to be a little... I've got on, because I'm on social media and getting all the branding done and that sort of stuff for the business, I've got onto Pinterest. Yeah. And I've actually got a folder here.
Oh, good.
Oh, I love it. Wait. I have to check one. I've got one here. How do you find... I don't know how to use this phone.
Come on, mate. You get an iPhone, they're a lot easier to use, I assume.
There we go.
Well, mate, I have to take your word for it because...
that's the thing you
can...
Not
Android.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what.
No, I'm going to be a soon convert.
Yeah, this is what I like, and this is what I failed to do. It's like show up in every single moment like you're meant to be there.
I love that.
And that's not just confidence, but it's just positivity as well. It's like I'm happy to be here and I want to be here.
It's being present as well.
But I've got
heaps. Yeah, good. Yeah, I like it. Do you have a mantra?
No, I should.
Mine's very similar to that quote.
Yeah.
Show up, smile, make a difference.
Yeah, I like it.
Like that's it. Simple.
That's what I'm trying to work out with the brewery. It's like always beer. It's always beer because it's always been about beer. And Katie actually came up with that. I'm not giving enough information. She's like, "What do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "Just do your job." And she walked back in her office and she did she was just doing t-shirt design for me, and that's how the always beer came out.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need to, piss you off a couple more times just to get really good results from you. But she said, I said, why always beer? She goes, well, it's always been about beer. It's just been 6 years of me hearing you talk shit about this. I'm fucking done. But I want to keep that going in business. So it's always positivity. It's all high vibes.
I love that.
But I haven't structured that properly. Like I've opened the venue and I'd love to have had that so I could just like ramp up this,
Yeah. That stuff will come. Like
I want it to be organic.
Start writing that shit on the walls. Like I've done that up at the gym. Like I just literally I'll either write a quote on the wall or I'll get it printed and get it stuck on the wall. Like if it's something that we want to live by day to day.
Resonates with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose at the end of the day, this is a small business, but these people, they're coming to do their job and are living and breathing this with me. This is what I'm doing and this is who I am, and that's what's it's another arm of my life.
I love that.
And that I just thinking about that, I actually I should have done it. Automate the pod system I use actually has a message of the day.
That's
so
cool.
Fours magazine, when you do on the line, you try and find out how rich someone is. They always have a phone. And I like that, so I just typed in I can't remember what it was. Second day in boys and girls. Good luck, awesome work. And that's good, but it'd be cool to have something a little bit more deep and meaningful. But it's good to have that there, which is cool.
Yeah, something to come back to every day.
I don't have a wall yet, so I need to. I can write on Brownie's mural. That'd be fine.
Fuck.
So
Yeah,
he says it
I wouldn't. He would be that salty.
Not impressed.
So where can people buy your beer? How can people experience the Jetty Road experience?
Come down to the brewery, I reckon. That's the easiest way to do it. Like, that's the whole idea behind the business, and again, it's another way of marketing ourselves. The reason why we started this brewery is because we wanted the people, like when we started home brewing, we'd brew a beer, we'd chase other beers that we brewed previously,
Yeah.
we'd talk about them,
Yeah.
we'd have a laugh, put on some really good tunes, and we'd have local produce, like it would be a cheese platter or it'd be a couple of meats, and it'd be a whole day. Like I'd be gone all of Saturday. And,
That's cool.
No, 9 times out of 10 I'll probably come home absolutely hammered. But that whole experience on, not, as I said before, like it's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Probably some of our breweries weren't quality, but we're trying different things and doing, like we've got 30, 40 recipes now, and it's just about what's going to work and what's going to sell well and all that sort of stuff now. But,
that's awesome.
I've lost where I was going, but
That's cool. Get down the brewery.
Get down the brewery, and then I think pretty much most bottle shops from Frankston to Portsea have us on,
Which is
awesome.
sick.
Yeah, and it's hard because we contract brew now, and there are limitations. That's why we've only got that area. But people are coming out of the woodwork going, "Oh, can we have any beers?" So it's like, yeah, we'll keep saying yes, but someone's just, Portsea Pub, get around those guys, Rosebud Hotel. Casa, Mr. Paul's, all those guys have been there from the start. That's the good thing about it, craft beer. It's a very hard industry to get into because there's so many of them. Yeah. It's 127, 128 microbreweries in Victoria. It's the highest in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a tap. And what they do is, CUB buy taps. So you walk into a normal pub, 4 out of the 5 beer taps are owned. So they go, we'll put you on rotation, and a lot of local pubs have said, yeah, we'll take you on, which has been fantastic in the first place. Yeah. But the parlour's done so well, they've gone, we're going to keep you on full time. That's been awesome. So get around those guys who've been there from the start. I think there's a list and there's a map on our website as well, which I've tried to get together, but hasn't been
one thing at a time.
Technology does my head in.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, mate, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Bravo on creating what you've created.
Cheers.
Looking forward to consuming a significant amount of Jetty Road over the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
I hope so.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.